Thank you, Mr. Speaker, members. Today, as we deal with this onslaught of immigration-related bills, we find ourselves on the precipice of the complete erosion and destruction of family values that we claim to hold. Do we value separating families? Do we value incarcerating our aunties, our tias for taking our nieces to the park? Do we value punishing our cousins for going to school or to church or a shopping mall with their undocumented family members knowingly? Is it the intent of this legislature to convene for the purposes of tearing families apart? Because SB4 is written to do so. SB4 is ill-fitted to address the needs of our state. This legislation extends these penalties and imposes incarceration far beyond its stated purpose. SB4 robs 10 years from the lives of Texans for this offense. And under this legislation, the families would be criminalized and lose a decade of their lives to incarceration as punishment for caring for undocumented aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, or nephews. A decade of their lives driving family members to the grocery store, to the doctor, to the church or school. A decade of our lives for simply living our lives. The heartless consequences of forcing families apart will ripple throughout our state. Our men and women in blue already have to keep us safe with extremely limited resources and extreme levels of responsibility. And instead of solving the problem of smuggling or trafficking, this legislation is going to create more problems for our communities and eviscerates judicial discretion. Parents without children, children without parents, American citizen children without homes, churches without believers, landlords without tenants, small businesses without their workforces. And make no mistake, this bill applies statewide. Make no mistake that this bill applies to American citizens, their children and grandchildren. There's no mandatory minimum for rape. There's no mandatory minimum for murder. And yet, there's a mandatory minimum for being born outside of Texas. Make it make sense. The only way to make it make sense is to vote no on SB4.